YouTube. Today we're going to be doing a movie review on Atomic Blonde. Movie with Charlize Theron, James McAvoy. James McAvoy was the same guy in Wanted who played Wesley, for people who don't know, and Charlize Theron is also a very well-known actress out there. The story, I'm going to read off the back of my case here. Oscar winner Charlize Theron stars as an elite M16's most lethal assassin and crown jewel of Her Majesty's Secret Intelligence Service. Keep going. Alright, keep going. Lauren Broughton, when she's sent on a covert mission into Cold War Berlin, she must use all of her spycraft, sensuality, and savagery. She has to stay alive in the ticking time bomb of a city simmering with revolution and double-crossing hives of traitors. Broughton must navigate her way through a deadly game of spies to recover a priceless Mom, what is DOSSEIER? Dossier? Dossier game, or dossier, while fighting ferocious killers along the way in the breakneck action thriller from director David Leitch, John Wick. So that's the story. Now, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but Mom, what was your thoughts on it?
It was very good.
It was a good movie. Who would you say put through like a good performance? Charlize Theron was really good in the movie. Mom's off camera because she doesn't want to be in the camera. She doesn't want to be on screen. And I like the movie. I think the story was very well thought out, very well written. Also, it's based on a comic called The Coldest War. Now they've remade the movie into a comic called Atomic Blonde, so you could read. It's about maybe this big of a comic. It's not really big. It's a trade paperback, but you can read it and have fun with it. It's set in 1980, and it's Cold War Berlin. That's all I'm going to say. So if you like spy movies and you like action movies and kind of James Bond or John Wick, which you might just love this movie because you like John Wick, but every time I describe this movie, I describe it like John Wick, but the female version of John Wick. Fun fact, real quick, the actors Charlize Theron and Keanu Reeves know each other because they did a movie together called Sweet November. That's a movie that they did together. So actually, John Wick, Keanu Reeves, and Lorraine Broughton, and the character Lorraine Broughton in Charlize Theron's character actually know each other. So the two actors know each other. So it's kind of like the Atomic Blonde meets John Wick. There's a lot of shooting, there's a lot of action, and it's a really great story. Really well written, like I said before. I had to rate it from a 1 out of 5, I'd go 5.5. Also, they have to get through Berlin fighting their way, and it's kind of like Wonder Woman in the fact, not the same story or superhero at all, but it's kind of like, and I know I'm saying a lot, I'm sorry, this is how I think, and where the female, instead of being the damsel in distress, is very much in control and very much physically strong and physically capable of doing anything a man is capable of doing, and possibly, excuse my language here, kicking your ass. But it's an R-rated movie, so therefore we're gonna let those words slide. And possibly there's worse things I can say than ass. It's another name for a donkey, so if you don't like it, get used to it. Anyway, that is my review on Atomic Blonde, and I hope you like it. The movie, I think James McAvoy should have had more to do in his role, but he kind of has like an Irish accent a little bit, and he's very different from the Wesley character. He's in Wanted, which he played, James McAvoy. He's also a really good actor. He's one of my favorites as well. I would put Atomic Blonde up there with top action movies like Wanted or Salt or The Expendables or any of those movies. Wonder Woman comes to mind. Because in those, like Wanted or Salt, there's a very strong female character. And Wonder Woman as well. And this movie just shows that women could be strong and be empowered. And being a man in this world, sometimes women are looked at as weaker than us. And that's actually not the truth. You know, there are women that could be just as strong, and there's men that could be weaker than the woman, and the woman could take us down. Or the man could be stronger and take a woman down. It just depends on the person and their abilities and their skill level as far as fighting, because this is a spy movie and a shoot 'em up, kind of beat 'em up movie with a lot of story and intrigue and information. So the plot was good, the story, the characters were well thought out. There's also a character that Charlize Theron's character falls in love with. She's kind of falls in love with a woman, and she's another part of the story that you gotta watch the movie because it's definitely worth a watch. But scale 1 to 10, I'd give it a 10. Mom, what would you say? What was yours?
Gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5, and also, but if I had to choose from 1 out of 5, I'd give it a 5. But if I had to choose from 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 10.
Okay.
So what would your score be if you had to give it a 1 out of 5 and a 1 out of 10? Which
10
one?
is yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was your like favorite character in the movie? Like, who did you really root for?
I liked her.
You like Charlize Theron's character, who
Yeah.
really, Was it because you were a woman and you not just because you're a woman, but was it because you saw someone who could be a woman and could be in control and could be...
Yeah.
Really? So what was your thoughts on her character? What did you think about her character?
She did some great acting.
Really? Keep going. Keep going on that thought.
She was just good in her role.
Okay. She really played that. She really made you believe in this movie that she was this character. I hope they do a second one, so we can see more of her character. And by the end of this movie, you go, what? Right? At the end of the movie, you kind of go, what? Because it's so, the way it's told is just like, how, wow, well, they did what? You know? So there's kind of little twists and turns at the end. And with that, I'm not going to give anything away. You got to just have to see it. Mom doesn't want me giving anything away. I don't want to give anything away. It's too good a movie not to see. And like, favorite, subscribe, treat. I'm not going to say that. Be nice to people. Treat people nice. It's like they say, give respect. If you want respect, give respect. Be kind. Thank you. That is the end of the video, and please subscribe.